Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel LearnIT. Today we will be having a session for catalog client scripts and catalog UI policies. So if you are new to the channel, please like, share and subscribe to my channel LearnIT. Please watch my videos till the end for complete information. Okay, now let's move and see what is catalog client scripts. So catalog client script can add dynamic effects and validations to forms. Script can apply to catalog items as well as for variable sets, which allow administrator to use the same functionality that is available on other forms. So we can use client scripts for get or set variables, hide or display variables, make variables mandatory or not, validate form submission, add something to cart, order something immediately. Okay, so now you can see with the help of example we are using a group. Whenever we are checking as a group field, we are seeing three fields has been mandatory, right? So we are selecting a group field, category manager is mandatory. So this we are going to use with the help of catalog client script. Okay, so now let's see how our catalog client script executes for catalog items or variable set. So we can trigger catalog client script based on catalog item or variable sets. Okay, so suppose this is an example for on-change client script where we are selecting any group and we are displaying multiple fields. Okay, and this is the script section where we can execute our scripts. Okay, so let's move further and see what is catalog UI policy. So catalog UI policy also manages the behavior of catalog items, and as well as it is applied to a variable set and catalog items as well. Okay, so we can see how we can use our condition builder on catalog UI policy, and you can see whenever we are selecting a replacement for a stolen broken iPhone, so yes is selected and this original phone number field is mandatory. So let's see how this is implemented in catalog UI policy. Now we can see this is a condition builder where we can define a condition like replacement is yes, and then we can set the catalog UI policy actions like the field name and mandatory as true. So this is a very simple way. Like this also happens in catalog client script, but here we can use condition builder and UI policy actions without writing any kind of scripts. Okay, so we have already seen like catalog client script and catalog UI policies can also be applied to variable sets, and it will be executing every time whenever this variable set is used. Okay, so suppose this variable set is used in 5 to 10 catalog items, so whatever catalog UI policies and catalog client scripts is included in this variable set, all will be applied to all the catalog items. Both catalog item variables and variable set variables are available to the catalog client scripts and catalog UI policies, and it will allow you to manage the behavior of any variable at the catalog item level. Suppose we are using some variable set and then we can access that variable at catalog item level. Okay, so let's move ahead and see what data we can see in catalog client script and catalog UI policies. So we can define local variables in a script, like we can declare local variables in a script, and we can use predefined client side global variables such as g_form and g_user. So now we can see how we can locate our catalog item elements. So we can redirect to our catalog items, and under related lists we can see variables, variable set, catalog UI policies, catalog client script, and many more things which will be used as part of catalog items. Okay, so this is the place where we can track our UI policies and catalog client scripts. Now we should see the good practice, what we should use. So we should use catalog UI policy instead of catalog client script if you can, for faster load times and easier maintenance. Suppose like whenever it is required to use UI policy, use it. It's not required to use catalog client script due to the performance issues. If you create the UI policy, then performance will be nice, but if same thing you are implementing using client script, so performance will be reduced. So we should use client side debugging techniques whatever is available in our system to just debug these client side scripts. And as well as third is like we should comment our script. So whatever you are performing in script, suppose you have written a 10 lines of code and 4 line is doing some another thing and 5 line is doing another thing, so you should define your scripts what those lines of codes are doing. Okay, so now let's see how we can use catalog client script and catalog UI policies in catalog items. So I am going to show you in my personal developer instance how we can use these catalog client script and catalog UI policies. As you can see, this is my personal developer instance, and now I am going to show you a demo like how we can use catalog client script and catalog UI policies in particular catalog items. So let's move and see how we can do that. So let me redirect to my one of the catalog items form. Suppose like let me click on maintain items, and this is our request item, access request, and we can see we are having a field here, requester, read write, multiple choice and business justification and more information. Now what I will do is like I will show how we can create a catalog client script with this field values. Okay, so now let's see how we can create our catalog client script. Suppose this is the catalog item, you can see, and we will scroll down and see we are having variables, variable set, catalog UI policies, catalog client script, right? So we would be using these two things in this demo, like catalog UI policies and catalog client script. Okay, so now let's see how we can create our client script related to this item. Okay, so now let me just open my item on another tab as well. So let me create a new client script. Okay, so now what I will do is like I will create this item for onload client script initially. Okay, and you can see our catalog item is selected here, so that's why this is called catalog client script, because we are having options to select our catalog item here. Okay, and as well as we can create this catalog client script for variable set as well, not only for catalog item. Okay, so now let me use this for catalog item. Get values and set values. Okay, now we will do get value and set value using this catalog client script. So suppose we are having multiple field here, like type is this, question is this, and now let me add one more field, that is name, which would be the backend name of this particular field. So let me select that. So now it is loaded, and now we can see our name is available here. Now we can copy this field, like what type of access is required, and now we will get the value of this field, the form dot get value. We can use multiple things here. Suppose right now I am using get value, and now what I will do is like I will do an alert. So let me store this value in one variable, and then I will add this variable in our alert section, and now let me save it. Now we will see how this onload client script will execute on our catalog item. So let me click on try it, and you can see already read access is selected by default, and you can see read a value is fetched up and it's showing on my alert box. Okay, now what I will do is like this is like getting the value. Now suppose I have to set this read access value under business justification. Okay, so we can also do that. So let me show you how we can do that. So can set the value gform dot set value, and we have to see what is the database name of this field, business justification. And let me just check it. What is this business justification? Okay, so I will set this type value under business justification, and we can add some different text as well here. And now let me try to save this and let us execute our form again. Now you can see again we have got an alert, and now I will click on OK. Then you will get the business justification populated. You can see this value is populated in this field. Okay, so this is the way how we can use our catalog client script. And not only these things, we can also validate things, and we can set the value on change of this access. So let me show you how we can do on change client script for this particular item. So let me just copy this. Now I will select on change. Now what I will do, on change of what type of access is required. Okay, so whenever this field value will change, then we have to set the value here in business justification. So now let's see how we can do that. Now I will just add a new value here, and this client script will work only on change right now. Okay, so now okay, this is done, and now we can see how we can execute it. Okay, currently the client script is not executed. See, I have changed the write, then write is populated here. I will click on read value will be populated here. So this is happening with the help of this client script that is working on change of type of access field. Okay, what type of access is required, see, right? So now we can see how we can execute our on submit client script here. Okay, so suppose let me select here on submit client script. Let me just remove this code. On submit. Now we will check the field on more information. So this is the more information field, and now we can check here if g underscore form dot get value equal to null. So we will put an alert. Now let us execute. Okay, now let me try to submit this. So now you can see more information should not be empty. How this is executed using this on submit client script. It is fetching the value of more information and it is checking whether it is null or not. And it is null, that's why we are getting an alert more information should not be empty. And we are returning the form submission as false. So like form will not be submitted until we have more information populated here. Okay, so we can do read only also, mandatory also for this particular catalog item, but it is best way to create a UI policy instead of client script, because in client script we have to write some lines of code like gform.set read only, set mandatory as true for particular fields. But in UI policy action you don't have to do any scripts. You just has to configure set mandatory visible based on some condition as well. Okay, so now let's move and see how we can create a UI policy for our catalog item. So let me go to this item again and try to create our catalog UI policies. Now we have our catalog UI policies section here, and catalog client script we have already worked on it, and we have seen how we can execute all types of catalog client script under catalog items. Now we have catalog UI policies. So now let's try to create these catalog UI policies. Alright, then we can see we have applies to catalog item variable set. As I mentioned, like we can create catalog UI policy only for catalog item and variable set, and we are having a short description where we can define what is the purpose of this UI policy. So I will just make fields mandatory. So we can see here we have catalog conditions like a condition builder. We can make a condition here, and we can set the value, and as well as we can set the mandatory fields. Alright, and we can see we are having options like applies on a catalog item view, applies on a catalog task, applies on requested items. So generally it will be applied on catalog item view mostly, and we have we can apply UI policy actions when the form is loaded. It is already checked, and this UI policy will be working like whenever any condition is evaluating to false, then it will work as a reverse condition. So this is also one good benefit, we don't have to write if else things. It will be executed automatically, catalog UI policy. So now let's try to create one UI policy based on certain conditions. Suppose we have a condition, so I will select on right, and based on right selection this business justification should be mandatory. So let me add a condition here. What type of access is required? Is right. So what we will do is we will do business justification as mandatory and more information as visible. So currently it is visible for all, but it will only be visible for right access. So I will show you how we can do that. So yeah. So now we can see we have options to create catalog UI policy actions, and I will click on new, and I will select the variable name business justification should be mandatory, and others will be leave alone. I will submit it. I will create one more UI policy action in which more information would be visible. Alright, then we can execute our form again. And now you can see by default we don't have more information here, because I have set whenever right is selected, then only we should be seeing more information. You can see more information will be visible only when access required is right. So that's why it is working as a reverse condition. Whenever it is as read, it is not displaying more information field. And now as soon as I will click on write, business justification will be mandatory and more information will start visible. You can see business justification is set as mandatory and more information is started displaying here. Okay, so like we can see how we can execute these UI policies based on certain conditions, and as well as we can execute our scripts under run script section on UI policies, and we can define based on this condition, we can define what to execute whenever our condition is returning as true and what to execute whenever condition is returning as false. So this can also be useful sometimes. Alright, so this is the thing like we can execute most frequently in our catalog items. So yeah, so these are all things we can see under catalog items. So we can see here we are having forms, and under that we have related list, and we can see catalog UI policy and catalog client script. This will be executing on particular catalog item only if it is created for variables, and if any variable set is there and catalog UI policies and catalog client scripts is created for variable set, then wherever the variable set is called, at that place you will be seeing that catalog UI policies and catalog client script will be executing. So this is all about catalog client script and catalog UI policies. Please provide your comment if you have any questions, doubts or queries related to this session. For more information, please visit description section under this video. Thanks for hearing me out. Stay tuned for more videos. Please do like, share and subscribe to my channel LearnIT.